Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope you're doing really well. Today I'm going to be going over with you guys 5 different fragrances that I love. A lot of you out there don't. A lot of you out there seem to either dislike these fragrances outright or even hate them, or sometimes you just don't even give them any thought at all. They might as well not even exist. So today I'm going to be showing you guys 5 of these fragrances that I really think deserve a little more love for one reason or another. So let's jump into this. Now this first fragrance I want to talk to you guys about, I used to wear to the office all the time. I wore this one a bunch, and I think it's a perfect office fragrance. It's got this nice gentlemanly vibe to it. It's a little bit grown up, but not too grown up. You're not gonna smell like an outdated grandpa or something. But shout out to all grandpas out there watching me right now. It's a really nice fragrance. It's got a bit of a cleanliness to it, but at the same time, it does have an edge. It does have a little bit of a masculine punch to it. It's from Dolce Gabbana, and it is Intenso, or Dolce Gabbana Pour Homme Intenso. It has lavender, tobacco, hay, clary sage, and cypress as some of the notes in the fragrance. That tells you really what it's all about right here. You've got a tobacco scent with a strong woodsy backbone and actually an interesting hay note. It does smell really similar to Dolce & Gabbana's Pour Homme, which is considered at this point kind of a modern masterpiece. And then Intenso gets hated on and crapped on, and nobody likes it. This one has lavender, tobacco, hay, cypress, and clary sage as some of the notes in the fragrance. And really you've got that lavender, that tobacco right there in the forefront of the fragrance. The hay note is really interesting as well, and a bit of woods as it dries down. This one, even though it smells very similar to Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme, is kind of like the red-headed stepchild. People just, they don't like it. Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme, they'll look at that one and go, yeah, kind of a modern masculine masterpiece, that one. And then Intenso, when they go, trash, man. I hate it. Set it on fire. And yet the fragrances are fairly similar. Intenso actually has a bit of a resemblance to the original Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme, which is the Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme that had a sticker on the front, the vintage Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. They look like that, whereas Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme now looks like that. You see? So is it redundant? Potentially, yeah. Is it hyper unique? No way. It's definitely a tweak on Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. But I actually very much prefer wearing Intenso to modern day Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. I think this is a better choice. So Intenso, I love it. A lot of you out there, not so much. Next up, a fragrance that if you look on Fragrantica, actually has pretty decent reviews, pretty decent numbers. You wouldn't look at that and say, hey, people hate that. You would look at it and say, could be good, I don't know. It's this one right here, Azzaro Visit. But even though Fragrantica and other fragrance reviewing websites have some pretty good things to say about this fragrance, I've actually been contacted by more than one person that bought Visit because I like it, just to tell me, hey, bought that fragrance that you said you liked, just wanted to let you know it sucks and I hate it. And I gotta tell you, I love getting messages like that. It's like, oh, that's good, you bought. Oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Please don't kill me. It's got incense, cedar, nutmeg, and pink pepper as some of the notes in the fragrance. I think for the price, it's a fantastic buy. It has some similarities to Gucci Rush, which is long discontinued and hard to find, very hard to find actually. So Azzaro Visit is one of the best options or alternatives to replace Gucci Rush that is not named Gucci Rush. It's very woodsy, it's very spicy, a fresh type of spice, not really a warm type of spice, and there's a bit of smoky incense in there as well. Azzaro at this point is really known for Wanted, Wanted by Night, and all the chrome fragrances, so this one gets pretty much forgotten. The next fragrance I want to talk about is from the house of Lalique, and this one I think more so just gets overlooked. It's not one that a lot of people will say, oh, I hate it for this reason or that reason. They just kind of don't really care. It is L'insoumis. This one's got basil, rum, lavender, and woods as some of the notes in the fragrance. I think the bottle is fantastic. I love the detailing on the sides. Looks amazing. Came out about the same time as Ferragamo Uomo, So I remember when this was released, a lot of people were contrasting and comparing the bottles. Who did it better, Lalique or Ferragamo? For me, Lalique. I love the details on this bottle. On the sides, it looks awesome. Gets compared to Ferragamo Uomo, which came out about the same time, but I think it looks better on this bottle. Really nice, very classy looking. And the fragrance itself is also classy, so it matches that bottle. It's a little bit grown up, but not really what I would call mature. Maybe just more sophisticated. It's got that boozy note, which lends a little bit of sweetness, but this one never goes too far onto the sweet side of things. It's actually quite aromatic. And that's gonna be from that basil and lavender combining together pretty much right away with a nice modern woodsy backbone to the fragrance. That one actually has versatility like a blue fragrance, like Yves Saint Laurent Y or Bleu de Chanel or Dior Sauvage, something like that. You can pull this off almost anywhere. So for me, this one is just overlooked. It's really versatile, quality on it, very nice. And like I said, a good amount of sophistication and class in here. This next fragrance just gets overlooked by all of its peers and is nowhere near as heralded as all of its peers. The fragrance is Ferrari Pure Lavender. This one is completely overshadowed by Bright Neroli, by Noble Fig, and by Radiant Bergamot. This one has lavender, cashmere, vanilla, and cardamom as some of the notes in the fragrance, along with a little bit of citrus. And this one is just a very, very fresh, sparkling, sweet lavender fragrance. Not really a big surprise, it's called Pure Lavender. It'd be pretty strange if it was called Pure Lavender and you sprayed it on and it smelled like musky sweat and funky dirt. I don't know that those are very scientific notes in a fragrance, funky dirt. I probably should have come up with something better, but we're rolling with it. So yeah, Pure Lavender, just very fresh, very clean, very bright, uplifting, and has a nice poppy sweetness to it. It's got kind of an effervescence when you spray this one on. This is actually a fragrance that I fell in love with the first time I sprayed it on. I smelled it and I was like, yeah, man, that's gonna be great in spring, potentially summer, early fall. Really nice, really easy to wear. It's the type of scent nobody's ever gonna smell it and go, oh, you smell clean and sweet. Oh, disgusting. Maybe a little bit of overacting and all that, but I really do think that Pure Lavender is overlooked. People seem to gravitate more toward those fruity, sweet fragrances, which is where you get, again, Radiant Bergamot, Noble Fig, and Bright Neroli, just crushing Pure Lavender. And yes, I know neroli is not a fruit, but those white florals do have kind of a citrus undertone to them. So yes, Pure Lavender, a lot of people don't like it. I like it a lot. Now this last fragrance, I would say is the most divisive of the bunch. And this one has already been discontinued. So obviously a lot of you out there did not like it so much because it wasn't selling and now it's gone. Well, I mean, technically it's still being sold, but once all those bottles are sold, it's gone. It's Tom Ford Noir Anthracite. This one has a lot of spices, including Sichuan pepper, and a lot of woods, including ebony and cedar wood. Along with birch as well. And this one right here, is without a doubt the hardest fragrance to pull off of the 5 that I have listed here. It is also the most unique of the 5 I have listed here. This one is a lot of things, a whole lot of things. It's earthy, it's woodsy, it's spicy, it's dark, it's a little bit smoky. There's a lot going on here. It's pretty complex. And I absolutely understand why it didn't really sell all that much. It's really, really masculine, and most people are gonna smell this and be like, ooh, So your average guys out there, you know, the ones who have really small collections or just getting into fragrances or maybe haven't smelled a whole lot of challenging things, they're gonna smell this and just go, nah man, I can't wear that ever. When I smell it though, I think this is just some awesome stuff. Yes, absolutely, it is the least versatile of all these fragrances here, without a doubt. But if I want to just spray something on myself and smell it, this one. So I'm absolutely ecstatic that I own this fragrance. I don't have to worry about it, but a lot of you out there are not fans of that one. So there we go, guys. 5 different fragrances that I love, that a lot of you out there don't. And guys, let me know in the comments below a fragrance that you personally love, whether to wear it or smell it, that it seems like most everybody else for some reason or another doesn't. Because I know that there are those fragrances out there for you. Something where you smell it and you're just like, yes, this clicks with me, I get it. And then you go show other people and you're like, man, check this out, this is awesome. And you're met with the stare like this. And then your smile goes from this to, you don't like it? Oh, I thought it was good. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Stay safe. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you later.